As you can see, Adventures in Game Chasing is finally out. We have, I think, Billy Chaser gave the update on Kickstarter about 2 days ago. So we got it on either, I think it was the Saturday or the Sunday, and it was going to come either on Monday or Tuesday this week. So we're on Wednesday now, and I believe it came Tuesday night, or exactly, I think at 2 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday morning. So we have the code for it. We're watching it through the streaming website that they've given us, and we got authorization to activate the code and redeem the code that they gave us, obviously for Kickstarter backers. I bought the physical edition, but I also get a digital copy, which was a bit of a. I didn't think we were gonna get a digital copy, but it seemed like there was an update halfway through the Kickstarter project where Billy did update us and said everyone's gonna get a digital copy so that everyone can watch it straight away, which is awesome because obviously there's a bit more logistics involved when it comes to shipping the Blu-ray out, the physical copy that obviously I'm waiting for. But there's a digital package and all of that options. But anyone that basically backed it do essentially buy the copy of the film, and they've honored that. And throughout the process, they've updated us about all of the work that's been going into it, the hard work that's gone into it. And I've been looking forward to this for ages. I can't remember when was it that I actually told you about this film. Was it like
over a year ago?
Definitely over a year now.
Yeah.
It's been like definitely over a year, I think. I'd say probably about
A year and a half almost.
I want to say like it's January, February time, like 2 years ago, almost like 1.5 years.
Yeah, at least
Yeah, 1.5 years at least. So it's been a long time, but it was one project that I definitely knew I'm gonna back, and I'm looking forward to it because it's got the entire crew. It's got 8-Bit Eric in there. You've got Billy, you've got Jay, you've got a bunch of the game chasers from all of their previous episodes in there. Game Chasers has been one of the ultimate channels that I've been following ever since I got into retro gaming, and did my own YouTube channel. Essentially was because I was inspired by these type of channels on YouTube. So I've been excited to watch this. I think I watched that. There was a recent film by Neil Patrick Harris, 8-Bit something, 8-Bit Christmas.
8-Bit Christmas,
Yeah. So I think Jay did mention on his channel that there was that they have a similar concept, but it's not copying it at all. It's completely different. They've got their own spin on it. So I'm really looking forward to it because that was a really good film, and I could tell that this type of stuff is becoming really popular. Obviously, this type of storyline when it came to video games with a bit of nostalgia now, sort of getting everybody at this generation. So I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm just so glad that they've managed to make it. Like the amount of effort that was put into it, like the remastering and like the color editing that Billy did on his videos that he showed us, phenomenal work. So I can't wait to watch it. I heard a lot of reviews about it. People said that the premiere was awesome. They really loved it. So anyway, I'm gonna watch this, and then we're gonna quickly do a quick just summary of obviously our thoughts about it. It's gonna be spoiler free as well, because I want everyone to enjoy this, but I've been waiting over a year for this, so really excited to watch it. And it's going to be Adventures in Game Chasing. Stay tuned. Alright, so that concludes. We just finished watching Adventures in Game Chasing by the Game Chasers. It's like what, 1 hour 42 minutes almost, close to 2 hours. My thoughts about it was I really enjoyed it. Loads of they had like a bunch of what do you call it?
Easter eggs.
Huh? Like those taglines, those catchphrases.
Easter eggs.
East. What is it? Are they Easter eggs? But they're what do you call it? Like pop culture references, isn't it?
Yeah.
Loads, like so many. They had stuff from all different games, like Back to the Future films and stuff like that.
All stuff from the 80s.
Yeah, and if you look at the posters, what you can see is like it's got that really cool, like Goonies vibe in it, I think. And then like there's enemies that are like from like the Gremlins type of thing. Really cool, really good plot. I think. I think like the way that the story is sort of built up, and like your typical, you would always have like any sort of like Indiana Jones style film, you'll always have like an enemy that's sort of doing the same sort of journey with you and trying to do the opposite, obviously steal wherever the treasure is for themselves. So that element of that throughout the film. 8-Bit Eric was just hilarious. He's one of my favorite YouTubers on here. Loads of YouTubers are on this film. You'll definitely find them throughout, and so there's a few surprises in there as well, so I wouldn't say any more than that, but definitely check it out. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really happy about obviously what they've managed to achieve here. It's like a really big success, and obviously with this film potentially will come to like a lot of like major streaming websites. I think Billy was talking about it being available eventually, possibly on Netflix and stuff like that, which will be awesome if they can do that, or maybe even Amazon Prime. But all the best to them. I think it was phenomenal, and you know, one of my favorite YouTuber films. Definitely, it's definitely got a storyline that works for your average viewer. It doesn't have to be something that's like say someone that's been watching YouTube game chasers in the past. It sort of works for everybody. What was your thoughts on it, quickly?
So guys, we just watched this film, and my 2 pence on it is, firstly, this is spoiler free, so no spoilers. However, for you to be able to get a couple of YouTubers making a film, sort of funding it themselves, obviously through Kickstarter and whatnot, but it's cinematography, very well done because it's very much in line with the sort of production that they were going for. It's not like a really cinematic high end, but it goes with what they wanting to achieve. It's very 80s inspired, and you're going to get a lot of laughs from it. It's got emotional character.
Yeah, I've got to mention that there's a lot of emotion in there.
Yeah, it touches on a lot of sort of nostalgic subjects, stuff that people maybe my age and your age would definitely understand. However, again, as what Mac was saying, you don't need to be a fan of the Game Chasers YouTube channel or their videos. You can still enjoy this. However, a lot of pop culture references that you get, a lot of Easter eggs in there. Again, you get other celebrity YouTubers in there. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. It wasn't too long. The characters were dynamic, funny. It kept you imposed. Wasn't too didn't slow down too much.
The humor was really well done. Like, it wasn't too obnoxious. It wasn't like a Jackass style comedy. It was more I'd say it fit well. Like, it's not too game chaser type comedy. It's more toned down, I'd say, a little bit, because obviously there's no swearing and stuff like that, because it's meant to be a family film. But the jokes that they had on here definitely gave me a bit of a chuckle, you know. It was pretty good.
100%. If you're a fan of retro games, you're gonna love this. If you've watched films like what's the one, 8-Bit Christmas, was it?
Yeah, 8-Bit
If you're a
Christmas.
fan of that, Ready Player One, got Free Guy, things like that. Although they're not, it's not in the same category in the sense that these are Hollywood big budget films. What they've managed to do with the resources that they had and the production is,
Billy Chaser basically did all the editing, which is the editing. He had to do a lot of the editing, like I think after editing towards the end, post-production stuff, he did that himself, and like pick up shots and all that stuff. He talked about in his channel that he did himself. Obviously, I think they hired editors for the overall effects and stuff like that, but they literally hired people that were actually in Hollywood movies to help with this. So they had like a fairly good budget, obviously not just from Kickstarter, but obviously from their additional what do you call the people that fund production? People that invest money, investors. So they had like all investors as well to, obviously I think they had investors to achieve the budget to be able to do this.
I'll make this really quick, but a couple of takeaways from this. Number one, I would say that watching this, it doesn't seem like these are YouTube guys. it actually looks and feels like you're watching a movie. One second thing I would say is it actually makes you want to pick up a retro console or a game and play it.
Dust it off, blow the cartridge and literally pop it in.
Yeah, and lastly, which is I guess a testament to what they've created, is that I would love and I'm looking forward to a second part of this. So that
Sequel,
basically
yeah.
says it all. If you guys get a chance, definitely give this film a go. You'll thoroughly enjoy it. Well, thanks very much, guys. Mac, we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that input, but yeah, I mean, just literally on that, totally agree. I think it's one of those films that would appeal to a lot, and I definitely loved it, thoroughly enjoyed it, and we both watched it now, first time watching it, and I'll definitely need to watch it again. It's one of those films that I'll definitely go back to. I've seen AVGN's film, and this one is definitely a very different take on obviously it's their own style, it's their own concept, their own stories. It's definitely a story that's almost based upon the real life game chasers themselves, because obviously it's about their own childhood essentially, which is basically like it's more of a dramatized version of. So definitely it's something that's heartfelt and a lot of people actually can relate to. So yeah, definitely a one to watch, and I'd definitely give it a thumbs up. I mean, what would you rate it out of 10? Should we put a number on it?
In terms of a low budget fun movie, because I'm not going to compare it to like Hollywood productions, etc.
Yeah.
Because you just can't do that. In terms of what they've managed to do, I'd give an 8 out of 10.
That's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking 8 out of 10. Even did you see that the color correction, like the way the scenes were done, the editing, it was like obviously shot in very good quality, very high quality, but also like the color editing and the management that they did with the editing after post-production, all of that, the effects were really well done, like just look really cool. So yeah, 8 out of 10 is probably what I would give it as well. Good, very good acting. You gotta remember, some of these YouTubers, they're not professional actors as well, but they managed to use like the original crew that they had from all of the Game Chaser episodes, and then they also managed to put them into a scripted movie, which is really cool to see. So yeah, again, 8-Bit Eric, one of my favorite YouTubers, phenomenal in this film as well. But yeah, Billy and Jay, awesome acting as well. They had like a lot of the characters from Game Chasers in this. Again, I won't mention anymore because good to see it for yourselves. But anyway, guys, yeah, so I feel I'll just leave it there, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.